Hey guys, BFViking here, and today is the last episode of the best class setup for Battlefield 1, and this time we're taking a look at the Scout class, which has undergone many changes from Battlefield 4, and which was called the Recon class. For those of you who've been watching me for quite some time now, you'll know that the primary weapon will be the Gewehr 98, and people say that the M1903 is better, but personally, I like the Gewehr over the M1903. With the Gewehr 98, even at the longest of ranges, you barely have to lead in front of your targets. It has an insane bullet velocity and very little bullet drop. To be exact, the bullet speed is 880 meters a second, which is very good, and you can hit a moving target very easily, as I've said. A fire rate of 50 rounds a minute, which is not too bad considering it's a bolt action. Then it has an extremely fast reload of 1.25 seconds on an empty magazine. So now let's look at the rifle sweet spot. It starts at 50 meters and it ends at 150 meters. Now this is a very good range as it just starts at medium range and ends through long range. So I think the Gewehr 98 is the M98B of Battlefield 1. The secondary is the M1911 just because it gets the job done. It has a max damage of 38, so if someone gets too close, the M1911 is a perfect pistol. It's really just good at absolutely everything. For the gadgets, I use the spotting flare, which allows you to see all enemies on the minimap within a certain range. So this is pretty much just a World War I version of the tugs, and I can't stress enough how useful this thing is. If there's an enemy where there is a lot of enemies, shoot in one of these things and it will spot all of them for you in a certain radius. But not only will it spot them, if enemies run into it, they will catch fire. So if all fails with your firearms, just use the spotting flare and you will get a kill with it. For the second gadget, I use the trench periscope, and I use this because I only go with the 6x scope on the rifle, which is not that high a power for a scope. So the trench periscope allows me to see at very long ranges, and it also gives the enemies a red outline to make them extremely visible at long ranges. Now for the grenade, this changes quite a lot depending on the style of sniping I'm doing, whether it's aggressive recon or long range sniping. Sometimes it could be smoke, sometimes it could be a frag, or sometimes it could be an incendiary. I'm really not too settled on the grenade, so play around until you find what's right for you. For the melee weapon, I go with the hatchet so I can break down shutters and barbed wire which might get in the way of my scope, and plus the animations of killing someone with the hatchet are really cool, and I just want to give DICE some huge credit for actually going into the time of doing all of these different animations for the knives, for the hatchet, for the shovel, and for the maces. I think it's really cool, and I'd like to give a huge hats off to DICE. Well everybody, that just about wraps it up for the series for now. Sometime in the far future I will be redoing this series, but for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next Battlefield.